So welcome. My name is Carolyn Cowan. I am a Kundalini Global teacher trainer. I rewrote how yoga happens at the moment in the 21st century with a very strong eye on the 21st century and neuroscience, modern technology of the brain, how hormones work, how postures work, what postures do to your body, how they affect you. And so if you're thinking of being a yoga teacher, I run a training that has got some fantastic support to help you be the best teacher you can possibly be. I describe it as radically inclusive for lots of reasons, and I think it's best if I refer to my notes because there's so many things that I can say. But if you're thinking that you want to find out more about the training, on Friday the 3rd of March at 5 p.m. there is a Zoom call. And if you sign up to the newsletter on the website www.kundaliniglobal.com, I will send you a link so that you can join the Zoom call and discuss your thoughts, whatever you're thinking about possibility of training to be a yoga teacher in the 21st century. I know it's very easy to say there's a lot of yoga teachers around, but my experience has told me, 25 years of teaching yoga and many years of being a psychotherapist, that there are some new approaches that we can take, including radical spirituality and a radical relationship to religion, which is turning out to be actually a really great thing. So it is a unique training. The syllabus is extraordinarily diverse, and we look at the practice of yoga through, obviously, the lens of Hinduism and the history of yoga. That's something that you actually have to study. We look at the anatomy. I have a fantastic anatomy teacher. We look at what postures do to the body, what they do in the body, how they relate to the stress system. So you look at postures in a very intense way, take apart almost every posture. And we also look at the esoterics of posture. So where something is prescribed to be good for the liver or good for anger, we'll explore how we can say that and why we can say that. There'll be quite a lot of work on quantum fields, intention about the relationship to the sort of universal energy, as well as some really interesting exploration of religion and spirituality, and how can you be radically inclusive without making everything about Hinduism or Sikhism. And I don't say that that's a bad thing, but you may also want to teach in a different way. We do a lot of work on ritual and ceremony as well, exploring how that works and actually how you set yourself up as a teacher. How do you market yourself? How do you make your room look? How do you get into a yoga studio? How do you dress? What are you telling people by what you're dressing? We explore so much stuff. Why now? I don't think there's ever been a time when yoga has actually had so much value, where people are starting to understand so much more about the body. If we can come away from the cults of thought about yoga and the yoga body particularly, I definitely 100% do not have a yoga body. I'm 63 years old. One of the postures I cannot do is bow pose. You might not know what that is, but you'd think it was page 1, but I promise you it does not stop me being a really good teacher. And if I need to teach bow pose, I'll generally ask somebody in the class to do it for me if I know they can. So we can work around things. You don't have to be super bendy, super flexible, super thin and look great in leggings to be a really good yoga teacher. What else do I want to say? It's a salve for the times. It's great. If you're finding that your attention span is really short, that your negative mind, your overthinking, anxious mind has taken you over, this is a great training because you really come to understand how your stress system works. And my experience, not only of my own classes, and I've been teaching for 25 years, but my experience of running the training and then the teachers that have gone on to teach is this approach that we're now taking to yoga in the 21st century is a very lovely thing. I'm not taking a guru position. I'm a teacher. The person that comes to class is a client. I've no interest in being a guru. And the way that I view the client coming to class, whether it's on Zoom or in person, is that they gift me as the teacher, and everyone who's trained in Kundalini Global has understood this, that the client gifts the teacher the ability to help them land into their sense of self, into the present moment. And gradually over time, neuroplasticity comes in. And you, if you are the teacher, or if you are the person experiencing the yoga or the client, gradually over time, it becomes easier and easier to be present, to stay present. As a trainee, the invitation is actually to really examine what you believe in. And I'm very, very fond of taking apart cults of thought. We have lots of really odd belief systems. And I think if I think back to the last time I ran the training, one of the first questions I asked is, what is spirituality? And another question is, what has God done to you? And what have you done to God? And actually thinking about your business model, if you do want to teach, if you're thinking that you've got to be super thin and super bendy and look fantastic in leggings, that as a business model is the most minute market that you can possibly ever aim for. If you're a human being in a human body, whatever your gender identity, whatever your gender preference, if you're a human being in a human body, then you're utterly relatable to. And the art is on the teacher training to help you get comfortable with that. So cults of thought, take apart cults of thought. And it's a very transformational training, this I know. So I'm running it hybrid, which means that it starts in May. It's 5 modules. Each module is Friday to Monday, 7 o'clock in the morning on a Friday, UK time, to obviously not all night. The days are, in essence, 10-hour days for 4 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. But at the end of 2 of those days, there's 2 hours supervision. Now, I use the word supervision because I'm a psychotherapist, but a lot of people don't understand what the word means. Supervision is about supporting you in your growth as a yoga teacher, supporting you in learning to become self-reflective rather than self-obsessed. Supervision is about where are you hitting your edges. Supervision is about what does it feel like in your body when you sit in front of the camera. Supervision is about so many things. And you have 20 hours of supervision on the teacher training. And then after the teacher training, there is a continuing supervision program. So all Kundalini Global teachers were 100% supervised in their training, and many have gone on to join the regular supervision sessions that I run afterwards, because it makes such a difference to how you think about your business model, how you think about what are you saying, how are you saying it, what do you believe, where does your integrity sit? So this next round of teacher training, just because the world has opened up since COVID, I'm going to be running it what's called hybrid. I'm used to that word because a lot of yoga classes are hybrid now. I don't teach hybrid yoga classes, but I am going to run a hybrid teacher training, which means on module 1 and module 4, so May, in the May module, and then I think September or October, because I don't think I'm teaching it in August, you can attend in person in London, as well as being able to attend on Zoom, because I will be running it via Zoom and in the room. So things like learning how to do adjustments, if you're in Hong Kong or Australia or China or wherever people do join from, you don't have to make the trip if you don't want to. But equally, if you want to join in person, it's there in London. You can join and have 2 modules in person. So it's a hybrid training. As I said, it's 220 hours. It's Yoga Alliance certified. And there's nothing recorded. There's nothing pre-recorded during the training. I'm not offering you pre-recorded content. You have excellent teachers, anatomy teachers. You have excellent, really successful Kundalini Global teachers who are coming to talk about their experiences, teach their way of teaching. And it is actually a very unique experience in that it's all happening in the moment as you're doing it. You're invited for certification. You actually have to write 5 essays. And the first essay has to be about the roots of yoga. I need you to fundamentally respect and understand the roots of yoga as a Hindu practice. So there's a lot of huge reading list for all of that. And then the next 4 essays are actually you're writing essays about what you think, you like, you believe, what you're interested in, and you get to do research. And so to certify, to do the exam, you have to have completed the 5 essays, and then you take the exam, and then you are a very confident yoga teacher, and you've really grounded yourself in what do you have to offer? What is your goal? What is your gift? So I'm actually really proud of that part. Looking at my list, I think that's it. I'm really proud of the teacher training, and I'm so proud of the people who've done it. And it's really good to see that it is delivering exactly what I'm saying. It is yoga for this time. And if you're thinking of being a Kundalini Global teacher, then have a look at the website. If you are already a Kundalini Global teacher from another discipline, you're more than welcome to join and take everything that you think or believe or were taught from previously. You're welcome to take it apart and relearn from a new perspective how to play with this amazing energy in the body. So I look forward to welcoming you if you can attend the Zoom call on Friday. And if you can't, but you still are interested in the training, the website, Kundalini Global, Kundalini.global, has so many resources. It's a great, great way to explore. And all of us are really happy to answer your questions if you want to email with questions. But I think if you go on the website, there is actually an FAQ section, and many of your questions may well be answered. Last thing I haven't said is that I actually wrote a 100,000-word manual of literally from scratch, looking at yoga, looking at religion, looking at all the different types of religion, looking at what posture does, looking at how the esoterics work, looking at how the stress system works, all of it written from scratch. The manual is a thing of great beauty, and that is something that you also will get on the training. So you are seriously, fully supported. I look forward to welcoming you.